What's up guys? Welcome to my channel. Today, we'll be testing the N1S 4K projector from JMGO. Operated using tricolor laser technology, also very budget friendly, with a price just under 800 bucks. So, without further ado, let's get started. And here it is, our N1S JMGO projector that does have the official Google TV OS. And the packaging looks quite like this. Full spin. And a little handle right at the top. Now, if we turn it down on the side, we are in for a very satisfying piece of packaging. Let's unwrap this out of its casing. The case itself is quite big and very deluxe, with this gorgeous JMGO lettering right on the front. And if we set it aside once again, and here it is, our projector itself with a plaque of instructions, I believe, connecting the power cable and such. We'll take this out in just a second, but before, let's check out this tiny little box right next to it in this sleek gray color once again. Now, inside this box, we should find the remote and other such necessities. Ooh, it even includes an Allen wrench, which we probably will need later on. And of course, our remote with packaging, of course, and JMGO written right at the bottom. And you'll see that it has all the included streaming platforms, including YouTube, Netflix, and Prime Video, and also other input sources, so you can easily reach them. And part of the benefits with it being connected with the Google TV OS is that it'll also have your Google Assistant. So we'll explore this later. Under here, you'll find more such stuff. Our power cord, and more hefty cable to attach, as well as a quick start guide. And what are our precious batteries, of course. Now for our main course. Here is the N1S 4K projector, which if we take off this wrapping, it'll look quite like this with an adjustable gimbal. Straight out of the packaging, you'll see that the projector does have this smooth white and gray finish with this matte feeling with a particular premiumness to it. Right here, you'll see it has JMGO, and below there, it has the main power button. Now, if you turn it around to the back, unfortunately, this particular projector does not have the 360 gimbal as compared to the more premium JMGO N1S projector. So that's really sad, but it's not that much. It weighs only about 2.2 kilograms, which is quite amazing for traveling purposes, and it makes it quite portable and fun. So now if I lift this gimbal up right here, you'll see that it has a USB cable as well as a HDMI eARC. Having an eARC will mean that you can connect it up with your PlayStation 5 and other such gaming systems, which can be quite fun. Now if we turn it on once more, it'll have the main power source right here, and it does include two dual 10-watt speakers. Turn this up. I absolutely love the aesthetics of it. It's very simple and minimalist. You really might have noticed that we did have included batteries in the packaging, and these apply to the remote, which we also did get. So let's set this up real quick. Now, if we look at it real closely, you'll find Netflix, YouTube, and other such platforms, which I previously realized to you guys. And that's what makes it really fun, because it does have the official Google system, which will make things a lot easier to view with the official OS linked in. It does have native 4K and the Netflix 4K. Okay, so let's start setting it up. We have all our things, so let's get started. Oh, we have something at the door. Please excuse me for just a second. We just got some very hefty mail from JMGO, so let's move this aside real quick. And here it is. It is a stand. Will connect with our projector. Quite fun. So let's unbox this. Wow, that's a lot of styrofoam. And if we remove this, it comes with more styrofoam and a circular disc of some sort. Let's get this rod out first. It's actually 2 rods. That'll be fun constructing. Let's set it aside. Now the circular disc, if I can get it out, this is like real metal. It's the floor stand, which comes with a manual, and a tiny little loopy thingy that's probably really important. And it looks somewhat like this. Let's get this box out of here. And finally, the metal disc, which is quite heavy and of its own metallic gloss. Really pretty. And of course, don't forget the manual for the floor stand. The stand does have a very simple setup in which you first unplug these little buttons, I'd like to call them, and the other side too, and then simply screw them in. Do the same thing on both sides. Let's take this to the middle. So simply screw it in. And then you're simply to screw this on top. And for those wondering what this is a extension for the cable. So once you have your wires and your projector plugged in, you're going to need somewhere to put that wire instead of having it like sticking out. So you can simply wire this through, attach it, and then it'll have a clear display without the wire sticking out. So here we are with our stand, which is actually designed by JMGO. It does have a height of about 75 inches in total, including the base pipe height. So it is a decent height for movie theater purposes, as keep in mind, once you attach your projector, it does have a gimbal of its own that will attach to the projector, so you don't have to remove anything of sorts. So this is just essentially plastic and a very heavy metal at the base plate. Let's start setting our projector up. I believe it is finally time to get all set up. So firstly, we'll need to attach this to the projector stand that we unboxed earlier. So here it is. This is called the gimbal joint pipe, which should attach, as the name suggests, to the projector's gimbal, which we have the projector and the gimbal attached right here. It is a very simple process in which if you flip it over, you'll see that it has the same screw as there is right here. So we're simply to screw it on while aligning this very carefully. So the projector should look quite like this on the stand. It does have this very sleek appearance all put together, and I feel very comfortable with the projector standing on the stand. It's very sturdy, and there's absolutely no way that it could tilt or fall, as the base is very sturdy. However, I did hate that you had to connect it via the screws. Now on to power connection. For this, we'll need the power adapter that we got previously, and that was included in the packaging, and it should look quite like this. And it does have an outlet that will connect to the left side of our projector. You'll see the power port right here. This will connect with the power cord, which was also included, and looks quite like this, which we can also unwrap. And this should connect to the main power outlet casing. So once you've got it attached, what you can do with the stand is hide the cable that associates with it. Now you should be able to untuck the cable slot, which is located near the pole, and it should slide out like this. We might need to take this out once more. Should attach right through the cable slot, which we should be able to link through. So once you've looped it in quite like this, make sure to press down on all areas of the cable slot for optimum usage. Now, as you might have noticed, is that the power button lit up as soon as we plugged it in, and it turned off again. Just press it. and it should turn on. And it looks quite like this one. You can of course adjust this. I did have to do quite a bit of fiddling once it started. So it's going to start pairing up with a remote, which if I grab right quick, right here. So we have to press left and home at the same time. There you go, and the pairing is successful. We are going to hit the US, and we can pick if we want to set up as Google TV or as any basic TV will do. However, we are going to take full advantage of the official Google TV OS and set up a Google TV. It should give us a verification code and other stuff like that. But before we talk about any of that, I just want to take a moment to appreciate just how good the setup looks even during the bright light. So that's really cool. So give me a second as I set up Google TV. Now, once you're booted up, your screen should look quite like this with your original Google system intact, and it should flow through quite seamlessly, which is quite advantageous to this particular collaboration. Now, this projector does have quite a few specs that we have to talk about, including the throw ratio being for about 1.2 to 1, which the throw ratio basically just meaning the relationship between the throw distance, which is the distance between your projector and the projection on the wall or screen if you have, as well as the actual size of the projection. Now, it also has 1100 ISO lumens, which is quite impressive regarding the brightness. And you can also see I do have the lights on as of now, and you can clearly see the projection very well. It does feel a little bit foggy. It's not the brightest, it's not the strongest, but you can easily read the words. Now we can scroll down and see if the brightness can keep up even in bright light. So we can head over to YouTube. Hello everybody, today I'm going to be unboxing the new Walmart on tripod. So you can see right here that the quality is quite on point. It does have a little bit of pinkish on the video, this pink or purplish color. It does have very bright, really bright colors, even in the bright light. The camera absolutely does not do it justice. And now if I go ahead and switch off the lights, it should look quite like this. The color ratios and everything just puts it together quite seamlessly, and it just feels like it's a huge TV. It's like all the details you can see. It says on and just like really on point. It doesn't have that kind of blurriness that cheaper projectors do have. Now, if we're talking about projection size, the optimum projection is to keep it around 120 inches for the max, of course. And you can allegedly take it from 80 inches all the way to 180 inches, which we will test right here. So if we move the projector a little bit back, you can see it getting a lot bigger. And you can also see that when I use the gimbal to kind of adjust it, it's to a change. The projection is a little bit slow. To change the projection size, what you'll need to do is either pull the projector forward or backward, or if you see your remote right here, go to the little swirly gear, click it, and you should be your settings. Go to all settings. Now we can go instantly to the projector. It does have keystone correction, a focus option, image adaptation, a smart eye protection, which is basically a system that recognizes if you get caught in between the projector and the projection. And it prevents you, it notifies you when you're about to look into the lasers. As this is a laser projector, it will be quite harmful for your eyes if you look directly into the triple lasers. So you can turn it off or you can keep it in the middle. The JMGO can also be quite advantageous because it has the Google TV Assistant embedded right into the remote. So you have the assistant right at your fingertips. Hit the Google TV Assistant, hold, and you can say whatever you'd like. So the projector itself also has dual audio speakers built in from Dolby Audio, each being 10 watts, which makes it quite advantageous, especially when you're looking for a projector in which you can carry around and travel with. It also prevents the need for having to have external audio inputs. It's very high quality. It's Dolby Audio DTS. Overall, projector's performance is actually on point. It has this detailed contrast and saturation that is absolutely unmatched. The use of laser technology is really embedded and perfected. While it doesn't have that crisp crunch that OLED would have upon my eyes, it does have a smooth LCD form of way that's really crisp, really clean, and it doesn't hurt my eyes as much as a viewer. It feels really relaxing and soothing. Laser technology does play a huge part in creating that crispness, especially in lettering and other fine details. The cons would be that the gimbal adjustments as part of the projection itself isn't fine-tuned. It does have a slight delay time of adjusting itself. The keystone correction isn't amazing. Sometimes it takes 5 seconds. So it's a little bit gimmicky some places, especially when going from a really difficult place to a different area. One thing I found about the whole stand thing, which I did have to buy separately for 50 bucks, I got it on a sale, but you would actually buy it for around 100 bucks or so. So the stand was quite expensive. I do get it. It's made of metal, this very fine-tuned metal. I found very few cons to further discuss. It's just a really good projector, other than setting aside the fact that the throw ratio was a little unfavorable for smaller areas. It's absolutely gorgeous. Overall, I would just rate it a solid 8 out of 10. It's quite beautiful and it's perfect for small budgets, as previously mentioned. I can't get over how beautiful and stunning the colors are. Once again, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for tuning in. Make sure to hit that subscribe button, hit that bell icon, and keep watching. You know the rest. Thank you so much. Bye!